Refresh the page, boys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. OBS, please. Please. OBS. Why are you crashing? OBS, please. Stop crashing. Oh. Man. It just says, hey, OBS crashed. And then that's it. It just crashes. Oh, man. Dude, look how many times. Bro, how many times did I have to reset the fucking thing, man? Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Anyway. Back to the point. Yes. Why do we have to go back to my room? And then if you're with it, if you're in a group, did you know going back to your back room is the same as loading in to your ship, as in like extraction? So you have to wait for the person to waiting for players. That's why. Why is this a thing? They're not even coming into my room. They just have to load into their room. D, why didn't you think of this? Why didn't you think of this? Come on. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but this is kind of obvious. This is one of the few things you should have tested out. All right, I'm gonna leave squad.
Sorry.
Your rally quest? No.
Corazon.
I don't hate myself.
Here's the it again.
All right, let's go to Belladonna. Let's go. A hot bath and a nap. Can I join? Can I join that? Can I join? Can I join? So now that we're done with that, I have to leave the back room.
Not sure I'll ever get comfortable worrying about someone.
So I can continue with what I have to do with the weeklies.
Select destination.
It's still better than OBS crashing. All right. Primary blueprint. Wait, kill enemies with abilities again? We just did kill enemies with abilities. Do it fast, do it smart. Doing it smart? Yeah, sure. Refresh the stream. Whenever there's a crash with the stream, just refresh. Because Twitch is still trying to calibrate. Oh, something happened? Something happened? Wait, was it Techron or just kill enemies? Just kill enemies. All right, let's go to Techron. It's just. Oh, did someone want to join for this? Exclamation IGN. Those horns look fucking cool, man. Also, I realized one thing. When you have the skeletal form, you cannot have a Syandana. Right? Why is that? What's the point, D? Why give us interesting things while we can't even use? All right. Oh, wait, wrong button. There we go.
Critical.
Wait, where are you going? Why are they running away? Eins Ogun. Bro, I need some Overlord. Don't make me rewatch Overlord again. Momonga-sama. I need the new season. I need the new season of Overlord. Like, right now. Also, I need the new season. And I also need the new season of what do you call it? Blah, 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 blah. Jobless reincarnation. Oh, well, I think the thing already started. Can you join halfway through? Ooh, ooh. Toxin. Sheesh, that guy almost killed me. Son of a bitch. Naughty. Toxin. Jajaras. Rewatched. Dude, I need to rewatch the recap for Eminence. I didn't like season 2. I'll say it again. Eminence season 2 sucked. I was not a fan of it. Interaction with some weapons. It has bug interaction with clients, weapons. It's a buggy ability. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Almost died there. What the hell blew up? Wait. Oh, he joined us in the Nova. Oh, I see that. I see you. Look at that. I got stuck. Never mind. I'm out, boys. Dude, with all the fucking crashes today with OBS, I might probably make it on like a short stream and try to look at what's actually causing the crash. Or I might have a look at ADEM. Maybe ADEM is going to be another solution I can use. My man, please, before asking whether I should put this or this, learn what each ability does. That way you can have a clear understanding of why certain helminths are used. Do you understand? Now, for you asking why would I use, you know, Eclipse or Roar, do you know what Roar does? Do you know what Roar does? Honest question. Faction damage. So you don't know what Roar does. Okay. It's a universal damage multiplier that affects both your abilities and weapons. And for weapons, it's considered faction damage. Eclipse only affects weapons.
There's some stuff we might be interested in.
And the Helminth for Eclipse is not worth using at all anymore.
Minimum threshold.
Because DE nerfed it to shit.
The minimum, did you?
If you love eating dicks, use the Eclipse Helminth. There you go. Mm-hmm. Get it? This shit for Helminth, it's not. Roar is actually insanely good for Helminth. Unlike Eclipse. Because the scaling for Eclipse is completely different from Roar. No, nobody would ever use Eclipse on Zaku. I don't know what you're talking about. My man, the effect is low, but Eclipse and Roar are completely different damage multipliers. They work differently. Yes, they increase your damage, but they do different things. It's like trying to make apple pies with bananas. They're both fruit, but one makes more sense. Oh, this is the key. How can we not go through that? What is this? What is this? DE. All right, free arcane. Let's go. Huge. Yeah, and strawberries are not berries, but a banana is a berry. The more you know. And tomato is a fruit, not a vegetable. Yet you put it in salad. And remember people say, oh, fruit doesn't belong on pizza? Why are you putting tomato then? Why are you putting tomatoes in your pizza then? There you go. Tomatoes a fruit? Yes, tomatoes a fruit. And banana's a berry. And strawberry's not a berry. The more you know. Yeah, Hawaiian pizza goes hard, man. And not all oranges are orange. I mean, that's a given, right?
Hey, I need 20 cc's of fix your damn shit.
Am I done? Okay, I'm done with my bounty. Not bounty, my weekly. I don't know about the Mirage. Mr. Farlin. Seth MacFarlane. There's sweet lemons too. They're good? Alright. Then there's also lime and lemons. They're completely different, boys. And then there's also a different type of lime. The what's that Spanish lime? What's it called again? Holy crap, what the hell just hit me with all those elements? Ziva Arath is down. Limon? No. Oh, they hit you.
Hey, don't say I never did anything for you.
You know what's funny? Pineapple and lemon are the most, like, universal, like, fruits. Same thing with bananas. Most languages use similar similar like pronunciations, like nanas, ananas, nanasi. All that is pineapple. And then you have lemon, lemon,
Rubber buildup.
limon, right? It's like, yeah, it's a lemon, right? And then you have English, pineapple.
They fought well. Good dance all.
What? Pineapple. It's nanas in your language? Yeah. Ananas, nanas, nanasi. There's... Piña? Piña coladas? Yeah. There we go. What? You wanted a strength spiritual or dex spirit? Huh? Wait, are you talking about the diamond? If you're gonna do it on a gemling, you want strength and spirit. 4% strength and at least 11 minimum, just to make it worthwhile. 12-4 or 12... can you get a 12-5? Because I know you can get... You can get a... Yeah, getting a 5 is like 40 exalteds. Yeah. If you're doing it on gemling, it's 11-4. 11 spirit, 4 strength, 4% strength. Because your strength stacking. Jesus, my fucking strength stacking. There it is. I can speak words. Yeah, but as a corrupt, like a corrupt implicit, what is it called? A bonus when you corrupted, having a bonus attribute is pretty good. You bring the thought back, telling you that I see right through you. Now you got me caught in the act, you bring the thought back, telling you that I see right through you. Now you got me caught in the act, you bring the thought back. Now you got me caught in the act, you bring the thought back, telling you that I see right through you. Vol orbs are fickle tools, man. Yeah. Saren fashion, message me in game, I'll just link it. Because I have a bunch of Saren fashion. 35 divs? Ooh. This guy. With what? What's the bonus? Need more AMVs of the song? There are AMVs. Back in the days with Dragon Ball, Samurai X. It's Rurouni Kenshin, by the way. But back in the days, you know, Samurai X. Alright. This song is cinema. Classic. So Dean joining? How's this? This calling.
Select destination.
Let's go.
Plotting route.
Are you actually making a are you making a stat stacker? By the way, do not buy that for your monk, because you don't use unless you're not taking the spirit node. If you're not taking the spirit node, then yeah, you can take that. Dude, 6 is so good. Yeah, dude. All right, ready? All right, let's go. The guitar is pretty good. Only ask because you want it for your gemling. It's for me. Oh my god. Is that a gift for me? Sold now. This guy. This guy. Saren fashion? After. Yes, it's still good. Woo. I mean, technically, a Dex one would have been decent. Then you can, you know, not take some of the Dex perks, I guess. When it's strength, yeah. It was 3%? Nah, 3% is not worth it. 4%. Because 5% with a shit with a shit prefix is already like 40 to 50 divs. My man, anyone asking for builds, use the commands. That's why they're there. So I don't have to stop playing my game. Use the commands. That's why they exist. Where are the bad guys? I'm not getting any energy drops. There we go. Ceramic? Huh? $500 Scaldra. Ah, damn. Dude, why are these guys not targetable, D? You can't even hit these guys. What the fuck? Nah, I don't do PoE builds. I do PoE on my own time. Yo, Zad with the Brime, back at it with 21 months. Appreciate that, man. It's fat cocking. Hey, yo! Is that E-wise or 2-wise? Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome on in with the Brian. What the fuck? I wasn't taking damage. Woo! Brother. Did I fully stack it? Oh, dude. I can't wait. If they're gonna allow us to run... If they're gonna allow us to run arcanes on Mace's pistols...
Ah, yes. PoE.
Yo.
That masala though. Bombs. Full on.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Dark, have you made it to maps yet? Outburst? Probably Enervate. Photo Fire for Mesa? I would rather have a damage boost. Yeah? Soon TM? This guy. Since you're playing a gemling, we can hook you up with a monk build for your gemling. Start playing Hoa with your fucking gemling. You have lots of pillars? Yeah, I have a pillar as well.
Make some new positions. Like this.
Yeah, drop that crossbow. Ew, crossbow?
Got enough. Marking strategy.
Yeah.
Good.
Join the pillar of the caged gods.
Subsumed by Tekrot, those hell scrabbers.
That's a thing for what? What are you talking about?
Who'da thunk it?
Woo! Where are the enemies? You know the funny thing is, combat discipline kind of tricks you to think that you're actually taking damage, because visually you are taking damage, but not taking damage from enemies. I'm like, wait, who's shooting me? I'm like, oh, no one's shooting me. I'm just... Okay, now someone did shoot me. But I'm just saying, like, it looks like I'm getting shot. Well, you have two options. Build a monk or you build a gemling. I've made my gemling. I did like 3 completely different builds on my gemling. I did a warrior gemling. I did a sork gemling. Gemling can pretty much beat almost anything. It's crazy. A PoE? No, I'm talking about PoE too. Just use a slam build. You can one-shot them. I just don't bother with necromech demolists. How's the beta? Well, it's the second time that I've played the beta. And Lance got a giga buff, and I love it. So I'm definitely going to be starting off with Lance over Charge Blade. But I still will be putting Charge Blade with Lance together. Of course, the 2 best weapons in the game. These guys with damage attenuation, so cringe. D, please be more original with designs. Enemy designs. Enemy mechanic. Stop slapping on damage attenuation. It's very boring and lazy. Oh, 500? Well, I'm done. How about Farland? We're done? Alright, let's bounce. I didn't realize I was done. No, there's no need to make a tier list for weapons. Jeez.
Scrubber going critical. Fix it or lose it to the Tekrot, which will be the least of your problems.
Woo. What did I mantle onto? What the fuck? Why did I mantled onto nothing? DE. It's crazy. I've looked a little bit on PoE 1. I never really got into it. I did try PoE 1, but I just didn't like it. Just the look, the gameplay, it felt very claustrophobic. Yeah. PoE 2 was just felt way better.
They thought well. Good dance all.
1 week trying to find a frame I can invest your time into. That's also fun. When I reach Steel Path. Looking at Zephyr, is she worth it? Every frame is worth it if you like the frame. Simple as that. Find a frame that's fun for you and have fun with the game how you like to play. Because at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then why even do it? But if you like Zephyr, go play Zephyr. If you want to check out other options, there's a bunch of videos. You can always go look at what's available. I'll take the strength increase. Kill Eximus? Easy. Oh, that's an easy one.
Please select destination.
What's a quick way to get Eximus? Probably here. Yeah. You play Mesa and you get FPS drop, affects your fire rate sometimes. Yeah, so here's the thing. In Warframe, you can manipulate FPS to do different things. To force spawn certain enemies, increase your damage or decrease your damage. Damn! Let's play some Letty. Oh yeah, let's link that I'm guessing this one. Can you join? Well, it's the final one. No, the thing is, the reason why PoE 2, it feels way better than playing PoE 1 is because of, again, he's right, the bloat. There's so many fucking mechanics, a lot of, like, nuance to the game that you have so much fucking time that you need to, like, spend just to understand. It's not as, like, you know, press this, and it happens, like in Warframe. No. There's a lot of intricacies that PoE 1 has. While PoE 2 feels very standard in a way. It still has its complexities, but people can easily get into it. Like when I got into PoE 2, I just looked at the tree. I'm like, oh, it's not as bad. When I first saw it, I was overwhelmed. I'm like, oh shit. And then you know what I did? I did something that Warframe players don't do. I read. And I'm like, oh shit, if I click this thing, it gives me damage. I click this thing, more shields. The only difference came with understanding certain support skill gems and how they interact with certain abilities. That's about it. And build guides in PoE 2 will get as complicated as PoE 1 when they add more and more things. So right now, PoE 2 is still in its infant stage, so you don't have the as much complexity as you do as PoE 1. still missing like half of the classes, half of the weapons. A lot of shit is, you know, not available yet. So we'll see.
Deal with that scrubber buildup.
And we're missing half of the campaign. We don't know what additional mechanics we're gonna get, and the end game is not even complete yet. The crafting system is still garbage, and it's not really crafting, it's just gambling. But it's going to improve, and then you're gonna see how bloated it's gonna get. Yeah. All right, I need 10 more Xmas to kill. Oh, it's the key. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it here? Or is it above? Wait, it's behind this wall. Where are the Xmas? How many is that? I see some Xmas here. Oh, another Xmas here. 15. Space ninjas don't read. Yeah, that's why they complain. It's like, hey, man, I copied pasted the same mods that you had on your modding screen. Why am I not doing the same amount of damage? Why am I having problems with keeping up my combo? Well, why do you have more strength than I do? How are you easily doing this? Now, if you're doing level cap, you shouldn't even be asking that question. Understand how to mod first. And how your build functions. Then you would not need to ask Roar or Nourish for level cap. Asking that question clearly tells me you're still not ready for that. It's like that guy outing himself in you guys watch those clip channels for PoE 2? There was a guy who outed himself for RMTing.
Hey, eyes on.
That was hilarious. Name Elon? No, it wasn't Elon. It was some dude in a chat, right? What he said, like, I have Hoa and I have Temporalis, all this, right? But how do I do this and how do I do that? Like, he was asking new player questions, but he has all of this gear. That's very sus. Oh my god. Like, if you get guys, Temporalis is one of, for those who don't know anything about Path of Exile, Temporalis is one of the rarest items in the entire game. Alright? And is one of the most sought after chest pieces. Body armor. I'm just gonna call it chest piece so you understand. In the game. And requires you to do a lot. Basically, you have to play Dark Souls to earn this item. And for someone who's new to the game, you have this item. You have two things. Either someone gifted to you, or you RMT'd. For those who don't know what RMTing is, real money transaction. So you paid real money to get in-game items. So if somebody paid like $50 or $100 to get like a ribbon in-game, instead of, you know, trading it with platinum. All right, you guys done? Or he bought the account, yeah. There's that. Or he pulled an Elon. This is my level 35 jacket, you know what I mean? And it's just not that high level. But we're still get to do some damage. Yeah. That was my horrible Elon impression. All right.
As you conquer the foe, so you conquer yourself.
But yeah. First, learn the basics of modding and why certain things work in certain areas. Then, you never need to ask, do I need to run Nourish or Roar for level cap? Yummy. New players are so clueless when asked where they get the Temporalis is because in order to get Temporalis, you have to get it as a drop. First, yes, from the Sanctum boss, 4th floor, and then you have to redo the 4th floor, kill the boss while equipping the relic for a no-hit run. Yes, you have one honor doing a no-hit run.
Dress for the hit, you
Only had level 52 True, you only had level 52 gloves. That's right, yeah. See, I've never done I cleared Sekima's once. And I hated it. The one time I did it on stream, I fucking died horribly. Alright? And when I say once, I mean solo once. But the other times, for my ascendancy, I just paid someone 35 exalts. Give me my ascendancy, I'm done. I'm not gonna fucking do it. With merchant strats? It's true, you can do that. The skill issue? Hey, I did it once. That was it. I wasn't gonna bother doing it again. Especially on a fucking warrior. Yeah, fuck doing Sekimas on a warrior. Fuck that shit. Hell no. Hell no. I'm not a psychopath. Yeah, I did it on Sork, pretty easy. And I cleared it on Monk. Very easy. Fuck doing anything on warrior. Dude, fuck, man. I really wanted to love warrior. Bad, but the moment I played the Monk, I'm like, oh. Why? Why? Yo, what up, man? No hit run on YouTube? For what? Monk is Giga Chad? Dude, Monk is fucking Giga Chad. I think the moment I realized Monk was so satisfying is when I did my first Herald of Ice explosion. Poof. I was like, huh? What was that? I walked a bit forward. Wait. I hit this guy here? And he died all the way in Wakanda? Well, boys. I think we found one. For Sanctum? Oh, no, I didn't. What shoulders are the Atavist? This is Mirage Prime shoulders. You went Deadeye, no regrets, to be honest? That's fine. I'm not really a ranger. I don't like bows. I did try Flicker. It was cool, man. It was fucking cool, man. But then I dropped Flicker. Monk is cool, but the most fun is Grenadier Merc. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Huh? Crossbows? You said you're most fun? Fair. 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 It's the way you enjoy playing. That is absolutely true. For me, hopefully they buff Warrior's skill tree path. All the mace skills need a fucking buff. Actually, no. A few mace skills need a buff because... And mace animations need a buff. Why do every other every other melee class gets to move forward when they melee? Warriors... Like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Like, what the fuck?
Eleanor, it don't me having your toys
No.
shooters like they want.
I don't want to do that.
It's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
So bad. Nah, I already did that. It's not as great as it looks, as it sounds. 200% damage. Yeah, also, the strength node that... So there's a node at the bottom, I forgot the name, right? Where it gives you bonus strength and strength and increases your damage with the amount of strength you have. Every 15 strength, you get 1% more damage. Now, each node to get to that node reduces your mana. And the damage is 1% per 15 strength. Now, all the way at the top, for the mage section, gives you damage, no negative. Damage, and 2% damage per 10 intelligence. Oh my God. With no negative. Why are warriors sucking so much dick, man? Fuck. GGG, what the fuck? Anyway. And you have delirium diamonds with pure power. Just imagine. Yeah, exactly. Nodes that minus mana regen. But the thing is, going down like the Sork tree or the magic tree, right? The more intelligence you pick, you're getting mana. So the nodes that reduce your mana don't even do anything because you just have so much mana. Oh. But with warriors, you need to have a lot of strength. And then comes Giant's Blood. Fuck Giant's Blood. It's like, hey, come here. It's like, yeah, huh? You wanna do more damage? How, what if I tell you, you can dual wield two-handed weapons, but requires you to have 3 times as much strength. So that means if you want to dual wield Giga maces, all your maces need to have, you know, attribute requirement reduction. Or stat stack like crazy. And every piece of gear needs to have strength. Oh, what a troll. I swear, that tree is such a troll. Fuck that tree. And that pissed me off playing warrior. That pissed me off playing warrior. And yeah, that's why I played monk, but now then I just went to gemling. And then I went back to my witch, and then I hated witch. I spent like so many divs on my witch only to have the most fucking annoying clear speeds. Comfortable bossing, but oh my god, witch when it comes to clearing is so bad. It's so bad because your minions are so retarded. I can't. No, it's horrible doing breaches. Because here, peep this. So you're clearing with your minions. They're clearing enemies in front of you. If an enemy spawns behind you, your minions turn around. So then your minions are like, Just- even though I have forking and the scatter, it's just bad. Blood mage with what? What setup? Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do minions because I would hear me out. Diablo does necromancers better. I said it. I said it. Diablo necromancer is better. Yo, Rich TCT. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh, so you want me to use Temporalis? I am not gonna do that. That's a hot take. That it's true. Like, if you want a necromancer, Diablo 4 just feels better with necromancer. Minions feel so bad to use in PoE 2. Absolutely feels so bad to use. Playing D4. And not only that, the way you manage minions in D4 is so much better. They actually do damage, and they're very, like, aggressive for you. In case what happens, no, we just make a new build. You can necromancer, true. Another hot take that you like D4 more than PoE 2? It's absolutely fine. It's not a hot take. It's not a hot take. That's just like saying, hey, I like McDonald's over Burger King, or I think KFC has better chicken than Popeyes. Because it's your palate.
Don't try to speech.
But funny enough, KFC in the Middle East and Asia is way better than any fried chicken joint in North America.
Nice enough.
That's a fact. That is not even an opinion. That's a fact. And you know that. For those who have had KFC in Middle East and the East, in parts of Asia, you know. KFC hits different. Because they add a little extra. You're like, what the fuck you put in this chicken? Crack cocaine? You know? Yeah. You don't travel much? It's fine, it's fine. But I would say there's so many things that are done better in certain countries than the country that it originated from.
Job for you. Shelters need deliveries. Get your game face on.
Right? Cricket. Indians are just better at cricket. than than the Brits. Yeah. Jamaican KFC barbecue is the best. Isn't that just jerk chicken? So hey, that's our sport. No, it's not. It's ours now. It's Indians, right? It's a fair trade. You made curry your national dish. We made cricket our national sport. Fair trade. Absolutely. Right? Yeah, curry is UK's national dish. Yes, business. Chick-fil-A has the best chicken. I mean, in North America, probably. Not in other countries. Japanese pizza is better than Italy. I will tell you one thing. I've had pizza in several countries, and the best pizza I've had was in South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa. Still the best pizza I've had. I don't know, man. It just the dough is better. The ingredients that they choose was just better. Yeah. A few days ago, a British guy told me that they have good food. I've asked what. He said curry. I mean, they have pasties, right? What else? Sausage roll? Huh? Fish and chips? Dude, fish and chips? Beans? Dude, you know what? Beans? The Brits stole baked beans from the US, by the way. If you didn't know that. Fish and chips is good though. It's fucking good. Absolutely. Absolutely delicious. Greg's sausage roll hits different. I've never tried, but I've heard a lot of good things. America stole the name football. You know what's funny? No. They stole the name soccer. Soccer was originally the name for, you know, soccer, football.
To sit in here, sunshine.
Go look at the history. Recently moved to Canada. I haven't had good pizza since you arrived. You see, pizza hits different, right? Yeah.
Enjoy. Maybe you can fix that.
British Chinese. What? British Chinese food? Not just Chinese food in the UK, but British Chinese food. I've seen videos of it. It's like they put French fries with fucking noodles and shit.
You know the worst part about this shithole? Weak coffee.
You steal everything. It's a tradition at this point. True. Art. What else? Food. Gonna love it. For me, when it comes to Filipino food, #1 favorite Filipino food is Bicol Express. Of course, some tocino. Love tocino. You know, tapsilog. That's some good shit right there. Yeah. When I went to school, the tita at the adobo was okay, but it's a good song. Yeah, the tita used to make me. It's like, oh, you're here for breakfast. Ah. Yes. Yeah. Dude, fried rice,
A little bastard always gets into the
meat, eggs for breakfast is the best breakfast. Dude, nothing beats Asian breakfast. Nothing beats Asian breakfast. Toast? Pancakes? Get the fuck out of here. You eat good in the morning, you're like, wait, I'm still full. Balkan breakfast is the best? I wouldn't know.
I'll ever get comfortable with.
Asian breakfast, any breakfast, true. You like pancakes? I can't handle sweet things.
Man, you have so many.
Oatmeal, dude, that's prison food.
And here I thought Quincy would like these guns.
Did you know oatmeal and toast is like prison food
Get back together.
back in the days?
They were sh-
Like gruel. Just eat dinner for breakfast? Dude, students will eat anything for breakfast. Saltfish. Saltfish is decent. For me, what I when it comes to like Jamaican food, I really like there was this one soup that I tried. I don't remember the name. But it had like these dumplings, this dough dumplings, it had fish. It was a really nice soup. And it would fill you up. Right? And then of course, oxtail with bean rice. You ever tried that? I don't know if that's the proper name, but it was like this brown rice with beans, and you had it with like meats.
I think the two little boys.
Woo, bro,
Good.
bro, that would hit different, man. That was some good shit right there. Toast is a transport mechanism for butter. I'll tell you one thing. Rice is way better than bread and pasta. Yes. Because rice is so versatile. You can make noodles out of rice. You can make cake out of rice. You can make cookies out of rice. You can make wine out of rice. You can make hair products out of rice. You can make bread out of rice. Rice is the best. Nothing beats rice. Yeah, so you can make alcohol. Because you can make sake and vodka. You can make rice out of rice. Exactly. You can dry your wet phone in rice. That is true. You don't like curry with toast? Ew. Rice and curry. Are you mad? None with fucking curry. Oh, fuck would I toast with curry? Gotta be slapped in the mouth by an auntie. You ever get slapped in the mouth? You're a paratha enjoyer? Paratha's pretty good, man. You can patch your wall with rice. True. We have a drum-like chair in our house, but it's not a chair. It's rice. Dude, I remember like here, like when we're eating. This is with our family. Now, when you're eating with your family, especially Arab family, right? And when you act up, especially act a fool, here's the one thing you should know. Never sit with your legs pointing at food or pointing at someone else. Do not use your left hand. It's disrespectful. Because in culture, especially that type of culture, your left hand is used for doing nasty stuff. You know, jacking off and wiping shit. You know, and your right hand is used for, you know, greeting and eating. And also giving money because it's the clean hand type of thing. If you don't have a right hand, get a prosthetic. So now just imagine, all right, my cousin, he's left-handed. So he's still a kid, right? And when you're a kid, blah, blah, you just, you do whatever. So he immediately goes in with his left hand. Bro, I've never seen such kung fu shit coming from my auntie as what she did. Slap, slap, slap. I'm like, did she just hit him 3 times? Pa, 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 pa. He didn't even realize he got slapped. All right? I was like, damn. What the fuck? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I felt the wind. I felt the wind, dude. That guy got fucking comboed. Bah! Dude, you definitely needed to see that shit in slow motion. Smack the hand, left hand. Smack the mouth. Bah! Backside of the head. I'm like, damn. You didn't have to do him like that. Use your other hand. Immediately, just knew, like, okay. I will use my right hand. Yeah, don't fuck around like that. Then it's an entire video. Keep watching. Likes poo flavor though? It's a thing, right? This is also a thing in like a lot of in Asian countries as well. Like in Japan, like when you're handing something, you have to hand it out with two hands, right? Show more respect. Like when you're handing out like a card or whatever. But of course in like Arab culture and all that, use your right hand, you know, it's more respectful. Scythe, what? What? Sub-scythe stealth Korra? Case, make Korra Whip Claw moddable. It is gonna be moddable. My man. They're changing all pseudo-exalteds to be exalteds. So now you can chill out and you can chill out in, what do you call it? Circuit. So you don't have to worry about circuit anymore. Because in circuit, you'll always have to remake an entirely new stat stick with the melee that they give you. Yeah. We'll see how Mace's pistols will look. Because they said they're going to buff. It's going to be slightly unbalanced because arcanes and mods that weren't originally usable on pseudo-exalteds are going to be usable. So if they do that, they could definitely buff the shit out of Exalted Blade, buff the shit out of Valkyr's Claws, but Valkyr needs a rework to her kit. Rumble and Razor Fries, that is true. How is that going to work? Because people considering running melee influence on Atlas is just like doesn't you know. But yeah. Going over like one-shot builds. Right? I wanted to talk about this. Now let's do /dund. All right.
You are a true
Boys. Hopefully OBS doesn't crash while I'm talking about this. But yeah, let's see. Let's go. Anyway, so again, there's a lot of people. Today, we got quite a few people asking, how do we one-shot things? How do you one-shot these enemies? Yada, yada, yada. The simple thing when it comes to one-shotting, just do more damage than the enemy's health. Simple as that. Now, this can work in so many different ways with your guns, blah, blah. Right now, I don't have this thing fully buffed. I'm not going to use the Helminth. I'm not going to use the tornadoes. But as you can see, when I slam, right, the damage isn't that impressive. It's doing very little damage. But now when we start stacking up our buffs, like for one, we have Arcane Fury. We also have Galvanized Steel for more crit damage. But my weapon also has Arcanes. And I can also add in crit chance. And that completely changed. So these are different ways, and we don't even need the tornadoes. Just showcasing that you can do this without the tornadoes. Simple as that. You'll be one-shotting. Just do more damage than the target has. But then you have to break it down. What did we have to do to get to this level? Number one, the Magistar Incarnate. Okay, you get, let's have a look at it. You get more base damage when you activate Incarnate. You also get more base damage, increase your slam radius. You get the crits. So this already has bonuses. And when we're building for slam, we need a few mods. Slam is a unique type of damage with your melee that scales from multiple sources. It scales with combo. It scales with crits. It scales with elemental damage. And also scales with slam damage modifiers. So here we have Seismic Wave. This gives me 200% more slam damage. Notice that I don't have base damage on my weapon here, but I do have it in the form of Killing Blow. This gives me 120% melee base damage. And we'll also have a Riven, but don't mind this. This, you just replace this for an elemental mod, you'll be just fine. And I'm adding more onto that with melee exposure for more elemental damage. Notice I don't have anything like anything boosting my crits as much except Galvanized Steel. So we stacked up on a lot of crit damage, crit damage, crit damage. Usually if you don't have that, you would run something else again. And here more crit damage. And then we also have a companion giving us more crit damage with Tenacious Bond. And now we're missing crits in general. So without the crit buffs when we're slamming, like crit buffs from, what do you call it? Wrathful Advance. Let's get some there we go. We're still one-shotted. But it's not red crits. It's more than enough crits to one-shot these enemies because we're dealing way more damage than they have health. You get what I'm saying? And because I'm outsourcing my crits to Wrathful Advance, I don't have to worry about modding for crit on my weapon. Crit chance, that is. Now, what do we learn from this setup? We're not only depending on the weapon alone. We're depending on the weapon, Warframe, and Helminth synergy. The reason why Zephyr is used here for this particular slam build because of her Tornado and Funnel Clouds. Tornadoes give more crit damage with the elemental stacking and all that. And Funnel Clouds allows you to do more damage because it keeps everything tight for good damage spread. And then Wrathful Advance gives you crit chance. Simple as that. That's it. That's all you have to know. It gives you crit chance. And all of the other damage modifiers are on the weapon. So we're scaling our damage from several sources. Not only that, the Zephyr build has even more things, like Nira's Hatred for more slam damage. If I had, when Omniforma comes out, we're going to change Augur Secrets out for the other Nira mod, and we're going to add more strength from other sources. Again, Fury for base damage. I didn't have base damage on the weapon, but I do have base damage coming from something else. So we're doing all of these things to stack up, allowing us to one-shot. Now, this same concept, it can be applied on someone like Kullervo. Where the heck Kullervo at? Now, Kullervo has the original Wrathful Advance. Again, we don't need to mod for crit anymore. At the same time, we can add more elemental damage with Nourish. And we also have Fury here. He's got the 2 Nira mods to increase my slam damage. But at the same time, he's doing the same thing with Zephyr with his Collective Curse. This allows you to redistribute all of that damage with one hit, basically giving your Magistar Giga range. And he can take full advantage of the maximum combo because he can easily build combo with his second ability. Right there, we got 2 times combo, as you can see. We're building combo. All of these things count as hits. easily building up our combo. Just with 5 times right now. Right? It's a lot of damage. The thing is, you don't even see the actual number because they all get one shot immediately. Similar concept. We got Nourish, we got Magistar, similar builds, and we're adding more crits with Wrathful Advance, and we're just nuking enemies. Now that's just with slam builds. This is just a synergy thing. You can do this with any weapon. Well, not every weapon can one-shot, unfortunately. You would have to do so many different synergies and setups to guarantee a one-shot. But in a general sense, you can do this with any weapon. Like, my favorite example is using Saren with Exceltra. Earlier, as I was talking about Exceltra is not a great weapon. Right? This is not a weapon you would use by itself. It needs the buffs. Now, for this particular Saren build, I'm buffing my weapons to do more damage. We have elemental damage with the purple shards. We have Venom Dose for corrosive damage. And we have Toxic Lash for toxin damage. For those who don't know, Toxic Lash scales from strength, elemental damage, your percentage of your weapons damage, and faction damage. So having a lot of elemental damage will contribute to Toxic Lash, giving you more damage, to then giving the weapon more damage, so the weapon can give Toxic Lash more damage, so the weapon can deal more damage. And then Roar gives the weapon damage, so then Toxic Lash can deal more damage, so then Toxic Lash can buff the weapon to deal more damage, but with Roar. Did you get that? So it's a nice loop, aka a lot of damage. Exactly. So now everybody who is looking at this, they're like, hey, you have electricity on your weapon. And when you look at the build has no electricity mod. And then this build looks kind of funny. I'm not using a base damage arcane, but I'm using primary blight. We get more crit damage and the toxin status effect. Sorry, we get more crit damage and multi-shot when you trigger the toxin status effect. Easily done with Toxic Lash because, boom, it's a guaranteed hit. Base damage, that will multiply all of my damage. Elemental damage. If I had another format, I'll definitely go with Prime Cryo Rounds. That's going to be Giga damage. All of this will contribute to adding more damage to my build. Here, it's viral because I already have corrosive from Venom Dose. And it has electric, so I'm dealing viral electric from this weapon itself. And I also get corrosive. So, shooting the weapon normally. As you can see, viral electricity. And the weapon, we're eating more ammo. And we're not triggering our arcane. So it doesn't look that impressive. So we're going to go step by step. Number 1, we'll start off with Toxic Lash. This way, I get additional elemental damage, and it triggers my arcane. You see over here, we got Blight. 40 stacks already, and some enemies are dying. And that already increased our damage. Not by a substantial amount, but a pretty decent amount. Any regular enemy will be dead. These guys are like mini elites. Now let's add more elemental damage to then buff Toxic Lash. And also buff our weapon. Less shots and the enemy's dead. Simple. We almost killed everything. Now let's add more damage to that by increasing our faction multiplier. Less shots, and we're getting better kills. That's the one thing you have to know, guys. Your weapon by itself isn't as good. Even though it's a really good weapon, it's always made better when you do weapon and warframe synergy. Combine the two. This is why you have the arsenal. Use your arsenal. As long as you understand the basic fundamentals of modding, you will understand that when you add two things together, they will do more damage. 2 is better than 1. This is why DP porn exists. Anyway, moving on. So, the big three when it comes to damage. Does anybody in chat know the big three when it comes to damage? Does anybody know the big three when it comes to damage? I've talked about this a lot. Let's see if people still remember. What do you mean base element crit? If you're trying to say base damage, then yes. So the big three when it comes to damage. The big three when it comes to damage, sorry. Base damage, elemental damage, and critical damage. These three are the 3 horsemen of big damage. Not just crit, it's crit damage. Okay? Let's go to the weapon test dummy just to show you this. We love showing this on the Soma. Right? We'll resend it so you'll see green instead of gray. This gray is from this crit damage here is from our Tenacious Bond. Don't worry. So now, base 100% value. This is our total damage. It's 22. What happens when we add an elemental damage mod? Boom. We get a new value to our damage. And that's why our total damage goes up, because it now has a new value. It didn't increase all of the damage that we're going to be dealing with Impact Puncture Slash, but it just gave us a new value, giving us more damage overall. Now, when we add base damage, it will multiply the 100% value of our total damage, including the element and the physical damage types. As you can see, more things went green. And we have 110 total damage. If I remove elemental damage, it's a lot less, 58. Look how much that increased. Now, if we're to add the same multiplier, which is heavy caliber, 165 versus 90, you would expect, 165 and 165 will give you way more than 165 and 90. Well, no. This is 94 total damage, while the other one was 110, because these two are the same multiplier, meaning they are additive to each other. So you add these, and then you multiply the base 100% value. While this one gives you an entire new value to then be multiplied by your base damage multiplier, thus giving you a larger total damage. So this is why you always want to add elemental damage. It increases your total damage. Now, the other factor to increasing your damage is critical damage. When we add Vital Sense, notice, boom, our crit damage went up. It's another green number. So, critical damage only functions if you have crit chance, because this will multiply your total damage when you crit. So 30% chance, so we have a 30% crit chance. That means 30% of the time we are multiplying this damage by 6.6 times. That's how it works. This is why these three are the big three. So you always want to focus on these when you're building a hybrid weapon, especially a hybrid weapon. And even a crit weapon, you don't have to worry about adding any status chance, because you're dealing raw damage. This is why running Weeping Wounds on a corrosive Korra build doesn't make sense. Because if you're building to one-shot, why would you proc a status effect? Same thing when it comes to Warframes like Mesa. She has currently, we're not sure about the changes, but when you go to Mesa, building her for a status regulator is pretty dumb. Because why tickle enemies while you can just one-shot them? Build to do damage. And also know who you're building against. If you're not fighting against Grenier, you build a different way. Because every enemy has different armor types. When I say armor types, meaning their defenses. Corpus have shields and health, so you build for Toxin, you completely ignore their shields. Because just one-shot their health. Because Toxin goes right through shields. So building for Corrosive all the time, yes, it can be done at lower levels, but when you get to certain levels in the game, building accordingly is going to help you one-shot enemies. Sarata, really good against Corpus. Melee Influence, also pretty good against pretty much anything because it's AoE electricity and it scales really well. But if you want, you know, an instant one-shot on Corpus units, Sarata is going to be better. The reason why Sarata is better than the Glaive against Corpus is because it has innate Toxin and a guaranteed Toxin proc. Bleeds are not good against shields. They're pretty good against armored units, but again, Sarata will just one-shot Corpus like nothing. This is like the best Corpus weapon. Sorry, the best weapon to use against Corpus. Yes, you can use the Zorus, but you're going to see a difference in damage output. Especially when you consider one-shotting. Again, Corpus is the weakest faction in the game, so you're just going to one-shot anything. Everything. It's fine. Even if you have a magnetic Kuva weapon, you still build... Exactly. Absolutely. Just one-shot. So this is the whole concept about one-shotting enemies. Know your enemy's weaknesses. Build accordingly. And... you can also have debuffs. People forget about debuffs. There's several different types of debuffs that you can have in the game. Number one, the most obvious one is armor stripping. Certain enemies will definitely be better off when you armor strip them, so you can one-shot them, but you don't need to fully armor strip most of the time. Sometimes reducing the armor by 90% is the way to go, because you still want your damage to be there without losing too much, because certain enemies are weak to corrosive damage overall, and their health pool is pretty large. So if you don't want a full reduction on your damage, and you still want to I'm saying this badly. I'm wording this badly. So let's bring it up here. Who's an enemy that's weak to corrosive? Grenier. There we go. So if you do your scanner, you can see they're weak to corrosive. The whole faction, even if you armor strip them. Right? But what's the point of fully armor stripping them? Well, you can just one-shot them regardless. So over here, I think this weapon is built for corrosive. Yeah, it's built for corrosive. Right? We're doing pretty decent damage. Because these guys are weak to corrosive. Now, if I were to take armor strip, let's go and do Unairu. We're definitely dealing more damage because, for one, we completely removed their armor. But you don't necessarily have to fully strip their armor to do any of this. You get what I'm saying? Depending on what weapon you build, you can just completely one-shot them regardless of their defenses. So that's one way. Debuffs. This is pretty good against enemies with damage reduction, like, what do you call it? Demolishers. really good against those types of enemies. Another thing is actual damage invulnerability. So who has damage vulnerability that's most common? Banshee, Mag, Caliban. If I can find Caliban, okay, whatever. But Caliban, Neja with a second ability. Who has... Oh, there's Caliban. Who also has Gara, damage vulnerability. Who else? Equinox. Equinox with her too, true. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. There's all of those. There's also the viral status effect, so they take more damage from health. Wisp doesn't have damage vulnerability. Who else? Sight with his headshot. I mean, if you consider that. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. You can stack all of these debuffs plus your one-shot setup, and you can definitely do more damage. So, for example, if we go back to the Zephyr one-shot, Nova, true Nova. So these guys, right? Hold up, let me just reset this entire group. And we pick up the big boys. Actually, let's even do Eximus. So, if I were to do this normally... Right, it's still a one-shot against these Eximus units. Still a lot of damage. You get what I'm saying? So now, what if we add a debuff to that by proccing Viral? Her tornadoes are really strong, guys. Alright, her tornadoes are really strong. Oh, hold on. I keep on forgetting how busted her tornadoes are. Let's put them on the tractor cannon. Alright, so if I prime them, right? Now they have all of these debuffs. That's way more damage than I did without priming when I had the tornadoes. So, there you go. You see the difference? So now, what if I prime them? Tornadoes. We did 246 million and probably even more. I didn't even see that. You see how we went from 13, 17 million all the way up to 200 million in damage? And that's against Eximus units. Combining all of these things together will, of course, give you more damage. So again, prime. All right, they're all debuffed. Tornadoes. We were still one-shotting them with 13, 17 million because they don't have that much health. But this is, of course, excessive amounts of damage, which is a lot more satisfying. But still, a one-shot. That's what I'm saying. When you combine different ways and use synergy and understanding your enemy's weaknesses, that's how you're going to achieve these one-shots. Like Mirage right now, she has her Eclipse. She has her clones. Those are so many damage buffs. And, of course, you can just slap on Nourish. That's an elemental damage buff. And the Molt is not even fully stacked. Yeah, we don't even have the maxed Molt augmented. It's just fine. It doesn't really matter. But you understand, you will get more damage if you build accordingly. Do not just say, give me a build for this one weapon and then expect it to work everywhere. That's not going to happen. Unfortunately, no. It's like somebody asking, hey, give me a build for the Torrid, and then they go hunt Eidolons. What are you doing? What are you doing? Trying to use and high what? Corrosive turret against the Eidolons? Yeah, don't. That's not gonna happen. Eclipse augment can buff. Yeah, exactly. That's what I use as well. To kill acolytes quicker, literally everything I've shown you now can one-shot anything. Like, acolytes are not even an issue. Just use corrosive damage. So yeah, guys, when you want to one-shot things, follow the principle. Understand your enemy. Use your codex scanner. Use the wiki if you don't have the codex scanner, whatever. Damage, element, crit. The big three when it comes to damage buffing. And then just add on to that with the Warframe and weapon synergy. Yo, Ippo, thank you so much for the 32 months, man. Appreciate that. Olo. Yeah, acolytes are pretty fucking useless nowadays. Like, they're a joke. But yeah, hopefully that helped you guys out. Understand when it comes to one-shotting. Because not every build is going to work everywhere. Understand people just want to play that one frame and they don't want to play any other frame. Like, there are people who are, I'm a Wukong player and I'll only ever play Wukong. I want to big stick into enemies' faces. You can do that. Absolutely. But just remember, that big stick is not going to work everywhere. Yeah, you want to go big stick versus someone running a melee influence build? The guy with melee influence is going to do way more work than your stick. That's it. You can build any frame for Mark for Death. The Mark for Death doesn't it's not frame dependent. Yeah. Yeah, in the future we'll see if we can have arcanes on our monkey boy, especially with his, big stick, and he has good status chance. Can't wait to see that. So yeah, boys. Hopefully that helped you out. Hopefully you understand the concept. This is not like, oh, this will work on every build. Certain builds are just not good for the content that you're trying to do. I understand you really like using the... What is that weapon? The fleshlight weapon? The Phantasma? Not the Phantasma. The one that looks like a flashlight. There's someone who really liked that weapon and wanted to use it against... disrupt demolishers. Unfortunately, you're gonna do some extra work to make it do damage. There is no just one worm build. It depends what you're doing, man. Guys, there is no one build works everywhere. It always depends on the setup. Please learn this. There is no copy paste one build works everywhere. Depends on the setup. When will people understand this? Exalted? No, we don't have exalted ribbons now. Cut this portion and make it into a video? Yeah, we can do that as well. Possible to shield recharge at level cap? Yes. Absolutely. Again, Tord build for Cascade. Who are you using it on? What is your setup? My man, like, people don't pay attention. I literally just said it 2 seconds ago. If you played Overwatch, you use 4 to keep from getting downed, and what? Turrets to take out enemies, and dispensary to keep energy. For what? Brian, I have a video all about heat inherit. You can type, I don't know if the command is on YouTube, type exclamation heat. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. Or you can actually just look at my Burstin versus level 9k. I talk about heat inherit there. Protein in a nutshell. I mean, yeah, just drop your mines to CC enemies. Drop your dispensary. Press 2, press 2, press 2, press 2. But if you want a weapon that destroys everything, unfortunately, you can't have that. Because even though Glaive is very popular, very strong, it's not a weapon that can just destroy everything. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, never build something on its own. This is the thing that people need to understand in Warframe. How can Sylvan Aegis be very strong? Use it on Lavos with Valence Formation, put melee influence. There you go. Why Lavos? Because Lavos can give you electricity and can get you a guaranteed hit way faster. Found this out last week. I mean, you can use it on Volt, but right now Volt is bugged. I think all of the elemental damage mods that give you bonus element are bugged at the moment, and DE is not doing anything about it, or they don't know what they did. But yeah. Or you can do an inherit setup, yeah. It's a known issue. Did they confirm that themselves? Yeah, hopefully when Lavo Prime comes out. All right. So hopefully when that is fixed. To be honest, there's one easy way to fix the change to the elemental mods so that everybody can enjoy them. Give us two options. One, like two different ways to activate the mod. So do you know how? So when we equip the arcane, turn it into wisp motes. Hear me out. So you see how we switch between wisp motes? So you can hold down the ability to switch, and then you press the button to activate, right? Give us two ways to activate, let's say, Shock Trooper, Fireball Frenzy, Freeze Force. One allows us to combine. The other one allows it to be a separate instance. That way, people who wanted to use Shock Trooper to combine and make radiation or corrosive can still do that. While the others that wanted it to be a separate element can also do that. This way, you can make both people happy. You get me? So when you equip the mod, it turns your first ability into a shock. To use the shock ability normally, it turns your ability into hold cast to combine. It also gives you the option to hold cast to give it an elemental damage bonus. This way you can make everybody happy. Because currently there's definitely a group of people that don't like the change where they lost their elemental combination. It's an easy fix. Easy fix. Make everyone happy? Yeah, they can. They can do that. Absolutely. Anyway, boys. I'm gonna have to call it here. Unfortunately, today our OBS crashed 4 times. So the stream had to restart 4 times. That's really unfortunate. Make it a toggle prior to launching into the mission. What do you mean? Make it a toggle prior to launching a mission. That a new record? It is a new record, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely new record. Vid redeem next time. Next time. But anyway, boys, take care. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow because tomorrow never dies. Let's see. Who's live right now? Ah, perfect. Let's go here. Anyway, boys, you guys have a good one. Yeah. Hopefully your day is gonna be way better than mine. We'll start working on some funny builds when with the upcoming changes to stat sticks and all that. Hopefully we can improve on our current setups, and hopefully it gives us more flexibility on our current setups. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. If you want to know about any updates, do go check out the videos on the YouTubes. Use the commands, all the good stuff. All right, peace. Peace. You have a good one. What do we write in this chat? What do we write in this chat? Does he have 7T? He doesn't have 7TV, brother, man. All right, just type stare. Just type stare in this chat. All right. All right. Bye bye.